Good morning. I thought I'd do my last teaching task on something really simple, but something really handy, a life skill that I think everybody needs to know. How to prepare onions. Now, my first tip for cutting onions is to have a sharp knife. Honestly, the sharper the knife, the better the cutting is going to go, and the less likely you're going to end up with onion eyes, stinging eyes. So this is my little knife sharpener. I've had it for years and years. Most times before I go to cut the onions, I just sharpen the knife first because it's so worth it. Okay. So number one tip, start with a really, really sharp knife. It's blunt knives, believe it or not, that actually cause you to get the reaction to the onion juices, because as you're pushing the blunt knife in, the little droplets are coming out and getting into the eyes. So the sharper the knife, the better. Next tip is always have a cutting board and start by cutting off the little knobbly joint bit at the end there. When you cut that off, you're basically freeing up all that skin to come off nice and easily. And you do the same with the other end. So before you do anything else, you cut off those closed over bits. When my children try to get into onions, they usually try to peel the skin first, but the skin comes off so much easier if you just do that first two steps of getting those end bits off. Then place the onion so it's flat and it's stable, slice straight down. Then you can take the skin off really easily. Don't even try to take the skin off unless you take those two ends off first. Okay, once the skin's off, there are a number of different ways that you can cut the onion, and it really just depends on what you're cooking. Some recipes you want a nice chunk of onion, others you want really thin slithers. So cut it differently depending on what you're cooking. Not like my husband who cuts it the same for everything. So if I'm going to go stir fries, I'm going to I'm going to cut the onion long ways. Watching my fingers, of course. That way you get really nice long strips that you can just tenderize and really enjoy in the stir fry. If I'm going barbecue, I want to cut widthways. That way you get like little semi-rings, and they're really nice on the barbecue. And the other way, I'll show you on the remaining half, is a combination of the two, and it creates little chunks or like little squares that you can fry up in curries and things like that. You cut them a little bit further apart, lengthways first, and then flip it widthways and cut it a nice square size. That way you end up with these really nice squares that you can fry off, and that you kind of hide amongst the vegetables and the sauces and things like that. Anyway, that's my quick little tutorial on how to peel and cut onions 3 ways. Thanks. Bye.